Good evening. Sorry I'm late getting on. My brother just rang and he told me about an accident that his dog had this morning and crashed into a tree running full belt, but thank God he's okay. And so that's why I'm late. And I had to just put Anna onto a toilet too, so she'll probably call me to help her. So let's start. And if I have to run off, Alba will continue the stretch that I'm doing so you can watch her instead of me. So please bring your heels together and your knees apart. Good morning, good afternoon. Glad that the legs were hard for you. And hi, long time no speak again, Maury. So very nice to see you all. And have you seen me? I don't write back because I'm not around the computer. I just put on and then I get, excuse me, I just get everything sorted and then I am doing other stuff. So that's why I don't write back, because I sort of come at the last minute. So don't think me rude for not writing back. Anyway, let's think about our breathing. I'm just doing a bit of a jig over there. And I have the screen facing this way. I hope it's okay with the view. I don't know what she's doing. We're in the garage this afternoon so that they could, get rid of some energy because we couldn't get to a park or anything. So they were running around on their scooters, and then they started doing dancing and singing competitions. And then what did she do? What were they doing? They were going on their scooter and then putting their leg into tree pose, both of them, and doing the tree pose while the scooter was going. It was very cute. And then some other times they're having their leg up high, right? Like Anna was doing it too. It was pretty impressive. I'm glad the leg session was hard, but you can thank Ronit for it, because Ronit was the one that likes doing that kind of side work, Val. So I'm glad that it benefited you all. And hopefully it wasn't too much pressure on the shoulders. No, puedes ir a decir papi que no va a tener sustina hasta que él viene a limpiar a Ana, porque yo no puedo. Bueno, yo puedo, tú puedes estar aquí enseñando. Alba, pórtate bien. See, that wasn't as loud as my fall, was it?
Light as a feather.
Light as a feather, well, not quite. All right, let's take the legs out wide. So come with your legs out wide and come into that stretch.
Okay.
Buena cara, Alba, no seas fea cara. No, tú dejas. Claro que no. ¿Sigues, Alba?
Okay.
Ana, quiero que tú coges esas medias y ponerlas en el robo sucio.
Okay.
¿Sigues, Alba? Hey, I don't know what she's doing. Sorry, stay in the same position. Alba, come on. Yeah, abriendo las piernas. Sorry, team. Keep going. Legs out wide. I don't think any of you would have copied her anyway. She just likes it. Anna, see how to work it before?
No.
See?
No. Silly baby.
So we're going to bring our right leg in. Oh my God, it's one of those days. Turn to your right side and then bring your body down to the left. Maury, Ronnie's Eval, come here.
Helen and Molly and Ronnie.
Eval.
Hello.
So we're just coming down.
Kiki, puppy, get up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you want more, I'm going to give you the option to come over, and you can just sort of use your elbow to twist yourself as you're coming down. And then the arm that was holding on can just reach around and use that arm to twist you, to open you, to get a bit of a stretch here. Hey, baja la voz. And just use the breath to ease yourselves down here. So this is a really lovely, strong stretch here for the waist. Keep on using the breath. It really does help you. No, tienes que poner justo frente de mí. Hay mucho más espacio al otro lado.
Lady, mommy. No, do that one.
So we're going to come up out of that. Just gently come up and you'll feel that really strong pull. And then we're going to turn ourselves so that we're still evenly weighted. But now we're facing that straight leg and come down towards the straight leg. Yo lo sé, yo recuerdo, ese es the Jackie Chan. If we want to have the toes pointed up towards you, reach anywhere along the leg.
You can't see me.
So using that breath to ease you down. Also to really relax your mind. The breath helps. Some things can stress you out sometimes. So the nice deep breathing. I wish I'd remember that when I do get really angry at them. Just to breathe.
3 times. Look at this.
I don't know what you're doing 3 times. Más cerca para que puedan ver. Ponlo más
Look
cerca.
at this. It's like it.
I went to a Ninja Warrior party, what, a year and a half ago now? And they gave a show bag with that Lego piece in it. And then they were watching the Lego movie the other night on TV. It must have been a Friday, Saturday night, which is movie night. And they had that character, and that character is done by Jackie Chan. So I was like, I said, oh, you guys had that. I thought I threw it out. No, we just found it now. Anyway, so what we're going to do is kick a hold of this leg and lie down. And just, if you can, you're holding onto the foot. If it's too much holding its foot, you can just hold on anywhere along the leg. Main thing is to try and keep this leg as straight as possible. Now, you guys, I'll try and make sure that whatever you do, especially you have to leave in half an hour, I'll make us even, okay? I don't want you to have to do something on one side and then not on the other side. Ese no es hueco, eso es una camiseta mismo. Por favor, no. So team, if you want more, straighten out that other leg. No me molestas. I told them that they can stay down because sometimes it gets a little bit boring. I would suspect me just doing stretches and, you know, it's not like Pilates. Stop it.
Stop it.
And am I regretting that decision? I don't know. No puedes sacarlo. Te subo arriba. I don't know why they always have the urge to take off their clothes. Like they can't. Oh, no lo haces. How are you guys finding daylight saving? Are you sleeping okay? The first night was hard with Anna. Alba was fine. Yeah, Alba was good, but Anna was a pain. So listen, team, if you want more, let's take that leg out to the side and we're going to take the arm out. So we want to try and keep our hips down. Just letting that leg come to the side. We're not going to hold it too long. ¿Qué te parece si me dejas en paz? Ni idea. Destruyendo algo. Use that breath to ease you into this stretch, team. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the other side. I know we've got to do it in the seated position.
In the naked position. You want to see David to get up, baby? Are you crunchy? You crunchy.
¿Qué significa de crunchy? ¿Estás crocante?
No, es crunchy.
No, it's the sea shepherd. All right, so we're going to bring that back leg in. And we're going to come back up to seated. I'm sorry if it's hard for you to get up from a seated position. And now we're going to take the left leg out and we're going to face the right leg. Right leg's out, facing the left leg and taking the arm down. So just keep on pulling yourself down. Use the leg or the foot, whatever you can to pull yourself down. For those of you who want more, reach over and then just open yourselves out in the process. Keep trying to flatten out that leg. You feel a lovely stretch down the waist. There's a great pull for your waist. Just be careful with your sciatica that none of this throws you. So stretching should be good. Given it's pretty cool, you're probably not going to be overstretching your bodies. That's when you can do some damage, when you just push the stretch too hard. So she's gonna. We're gonna turn evenly weighted. I says I'm down dog.
I can be
and then come down low. No, aqui mesmo. Aqui, para que eles podem ver. Aqui é minha. She's gonna do a down dog. Well, that's more of a forward fold almost. Faz com três pernas. Com três pernas, Alma. Dos piernas. Pierna, desculpa. Levanta uno. Entonces pones tus manos aquí y levanta un pie. There you go. Three-legged down dog. Y cambia más. Cambia pie. Oh, there we go. No sé por qué quieres poner fea cara cuando estás bonita. Yeah? There. She's a pretty little thing, but she can make her face very ugly if she wants to. There you go.
Okay, good. Good. Look at me.
Oh.
No, look at me.
I burnt my finger today. I was putting some mushrooms into the frying pan and the oil jumped out and I burnt my finger and I had it resting. I don't like to do the running water thing because I don't want to waste water, so I just have it in cold water because I have burnt myself before, so I know what to do. And it's still stinging quite badly. Don't talk on me. Don't me talk us.
I'm afraid to back to public.
So anyway, hopefully it will be fine by tomorrow. But it's stinging. In that case, children. So keep on bringing yourselves down with the breath. Push from the lower back, okay?
I'll use the regular. Oh,
so we're going to keep a hold of that leg as you lie back. Yeah, and then the other leg bends in. So if you don't feel comfortable holding the foot, then please behind the leg is fine. You just hold this a little bit longer. Puedes dejar siendo tan exitoso. Cógeme tu leche. No exitosa. ¿Qué esa palabra estoy buscando? Excelente.
You lost your mind.
So straighten that other leg if you can now.
You lost.
Just keep your head down if that feels more comfortable for you. Just think about those nice deep breaths in through the nose. Ah.
Hello.
I'll be back at school next week, guys. You'll see her on the Wednesday night and the Saturday. Oh, the Tuesday night. But you won't be seeing her in the morning classes apart from the Saturday. Which is a great thing for her and for us. Okay, so take the leg out to the side now. You just want to keep your body with your hips down as low as you can. Bueno, no está justo frente. Okay, mueves. Abba. Mueves.
Marcus only misses.
Don't mind if they're down. I just don't think that they need to cover the whole screen.
So look at me. Look. I can't remember seeing him go.
We are going to make our way up to seated shortly again. We are going to get into a stiff pose, which means that both legs will be straight out in front. Okay. So let's bring that leg in and use one or both legs to come back up. I'm going to take both legs out in front. And we're just going to have our feet flexed and reach towards the feet. Eres arrogante como tu parque. Ahora tu confianza tienes. A tu amat, no lo quiso.
Baby.
I see.
No idea.
Remember to relax the shoulders, keep on coming down. Oh, worry, you've written something. I'm going to come up and have a look. Stay in that stretch. No, oh gosh.
I'm going to the stretch.
Oh, I actually have that. Is that the one that you put on the lip? The lips as well? Have that cream. The feet are so cold. Yeah, okay, I do have that cream. Aloe vera is good too, but we don't have any of that. Thank you, Ronnie. I know to look that there's an R in the brackets. It's not from you, Ronnie. Oh, this is a brazo. Sacaste su brazo. Su mano. Ana, ¿y dónde está sus palos y su gorro?
No, eso es más abajo.
She's taking all the pieces off it. Alright, so Tim, we're going to come up, sit tall, bring your left leg under, pick up your right foot in front.
No chain border.
You can't hold the foot, just hold on to the leg anytime. Okay. So we're just holding these ones for about a minute. These ones are not holding as long as the others.
Okay, you ready?
No, aquí, se duele tu espalda, mi amor. Aquí hace. En el mat. No. Aquí. No haces a nosotros. Con tu cabeza aquí.
Check the noodles.
She's not, so I don't want her to keep her head on the actual mat. Alright, so take this leg in the same hand, either along the leg or on the foot, and then just take the other arm out. It's quite strong, holding it with the arm. So if you want, you can use both hands to do it. Alba, no lo do it. That's the do it. She's good. Look how flat she gets in that frog position. So be little and flexible.
I am really flexible.
Oh, pero no estabas con esto.
But there's a no broken this, and no broken this.
Well, ten cuidado.
And no broken leg. And no broken leg.
Keep it going a little bit longer. There we go. Now let's bring this leg in and we're going to switch. So straight out to the other side. Alba, no sé qué es, pero se ve ridiculoso. So remember sitting nice and tall, bracing the belly in, lifting the leg up as high as you can.
Mira su piano, mami.
¿Pusiste atrás?
Sí.
Déjala.
Good job.
Sí, pusiste atrás. Ponelo, correcto.
Pero ve. No,
A bit longer, Tim, before we take this leg out to the side, and then we'll just do some seated stretches for the glutes to release in there. And these girls need to move because I'm going to be moving my leg out to the side. Puedes poco más, por favor? Oh, okay, so take the leg out to the side. Alba, si lo bajo, tú vas a sentirlo. Sometimes it's tempting, but no. If that fell on her face, do you know how much pain she would be in?
No.
She wants me to. She said, do it. Imagine.
Do it.
I have longer legs in comparison to my body. Some people have shorter legs. So I'm high-waisted, which means that my legs are heavy part of my body. And I feel like I want to do it now. 1, 2, 3, boom. All right, so listen, bring that leg forward and place your other leg on top of it. So you're going to go about 9 more minutes, so I want to make sure. Oh, yeah. ¿Qué haces? Pónelos todo. Bring the opposite arm, which is your left arm, and push down. And you're going to hold the other arm under. Alba, si tú vienes desnuda, estaré furiosa.
No.
Furiosa, te digo ahorita.
Sigo con mi
Yeah.
No.
Just relax the shoulders. Breathing. This one we're only holding for a minute.
No.
Now release those arms and we'll come down to the side away from the knee that's on top and just push onto it. We're not going to do both sides, we'll come forward after this. And they're off. Just keep pushing down into that supporting leg. This one will only hold for a minute and then we'll come forward for a couple of minutes and then we'll do the other side, and then I know Maria Ronnie, you guys will probably head off after we finish the other side. The rest of you will keep going. She was going to take her clothes up, I'm pretty sure of it, so that's why I was like, don't you dare. Because I don't know why, it's something that she always wants to do. And so now come on forward. So you can be up on your hands. Just make sure you try and keep your back as straight as possible, or on your elbows is fine too. Ana, ¿qué pasó, mi amor? ¿Qué pasó, Ana? Sorry about that. Ana, tener tu tina, estarás mejor. Ya, Ana, decirle que tiene que decirte disculpa. Ven a verme sin llorar, por favor. And just another minute of this one and then we'll do everything on the other side so that you guys will be nice and even. No dices en la manera quejando, solo dime nomás. Pero ya tienes. Ven a abrazarme. Ya, ven a abrazarme nomás. Estarás bien. Está bien. Come in. Yeah. Yeah. This is the wing jump. Let's change sides. So the other leg comes on top, centre taking. And we'll take our left arm up and push down. And then if you can, you're holding on with the right arm so the fingers are laced underneath. So we'll just do everything on the other side. So this one again, we hold for a minute. And we'll go to the side and then come forward. So we'll get a nice release here in the arms, but then we'll be working in through the waist and then in through the lower back and the glutes. All very, very beneficial parts of the body to stretch out. Excuse me. I've still got allergies from this morning. Frustrating. That's all right. Okay, so just gently release. Push on that top knee and come down the opposite way. Excuse me.
Oh, it's okay.
And so it's making too long. So we're just feeling that nice stretch through your waist. Sí, porque es una cráneo sin huesos, sin piel. Ese es el hueso.
Y si para aquí. Ese parece un poco mucho.
Pero no es. So just a little bit longer and then we'll move
Es solo
forward.
para pelear, mami. Es solo para pelear.
Sí, pero pelear contra los malos con sobrepeso en el mar. Ajá. Now what we're going to do is we'll gently come up and then we're going to come forward. This is piel seco.
Yo sé que parece un poco pincho.
So just coming forward, relaxing the shoulders. Remember, if you feel like it's too uncomfortable for you all the way down, just on your hands up. So, yeah, it's piel. It's piel. See. After this, we're going to actually lie down on our backs, okay? No, tu piel es muy joven y bonito. Mío es viejo y seco. Tengo que sacarlo, es malo. A little bit longer in this one. We'll do the whole 2 minutes on this stretch.
My teeth won't play, but I keep a little bit player.
Es un corte esto.
Parece luna. Parece luna, mami.
Pero no es. So when we get down onto the mat, which will be after this minute, we'll continue with this type of exercise but lying down. So it's gentler for some people being lying down, but you can pull the stretch in and make it a lot more intense, especially in through the glute area. Yo creo que tú necesitas cepillar tus dientes pronto. Tienes que bañarte también. Yo lo sé, yo siento. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to come up and we'll just gently lie down on our back. Voy a acostarme. In fact, we might just do our happy baby to start.
Happy baby.
Next, ¿puedes hacerlo?
Como tu
Tú acuestas al otro lado de la mata y haces lo mismo. Y coges tus pies. No. Yeah, coges. Yeah, that's the professional doing it. She's doing it so well. Bien hecho. That's my baby. My baby's nice and happy. Feliz, no? Yeah. It's very cute.
And I hurry from after I go up back my dad no group and Alba going down 10. I think said no good flying to my flying with dad said no flying with my
All right,
dad.
so bring this leg that's in front on top and pull the leg in. Did you get that, what she was saying? I hope you got that. Okay. So we're going to hold our knee that's on, supporting you, and let's just go for some circles for your ankles. Now, if you're not feeling this stretch too much, what you can do is push the knee away from you, the knee that's closer. Now do circles the other way, please.
Other way, please. Sono proprio mandato clase, mami.
No todavía, tú tienes que subir a bañarte y después comencé a ver blue antes que yo subo. Okay, bring that leg in without any twisting now with the leg.
Así follow mami. Así follow mami.
Sí es.
Sí. ¿Puedes tocar, mami? ¿Puedes tocar, follow?
Tú puedes. So we're just pulling our legs in, pushing that knee away so you're feeling a stretch all the way down through the glutes.
Look at my flares. That's it. I love my mommy.
Sí.
I said I love my mommy.
Sí. Y ven, yo también, love you, mami. Tienes que subir a bañar porque está preparando la tina, ¿no?
Yo quiero saber eso también.
Pero no vas a dormir sucia. She's actually leaning on me, which is helping me with the stretch a bit. It's making it more intense, which is great. Son flores. Tienes que mover porque mami va a cambiar mi puesto. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold on to our opposite feet, team. You know the drill on this one, and just let those legs come down still in the folded position. Face yoga. Let's start to push like you're in the shower and you're getting rid of all that water that's running down your face. Cuidado, no tienes que poner otro encima si vas a saltar. Pones la rosada encima del azul.
No.
¿Sí? Los bolsos tienen que estar más conectados. Uno encima del otro. No, más. Algo más.
Yeah.
Keep going, okay?
Yeah.
Right. Just a little bit longer. She's going to go for a jump. Nice and slow. And now we're going to just release that and take the other leg, so your back leg on top now. So bring the legs in to where it feels comfortable. And we'll just do some circles with your ankle. Come sus hongos, por favor. See?
Don't make cookie puppy.
And let's reverse
Don't
it.
make cookie puppy.
And a pencil a varios lugares. Aquí está la bolsa. Keep going with those circles just a little bit longer. Yo soy mami.
Don't make cookie puppy.
Oh, perrito.
Sí.
No, papi debe saber, porque papi barrió piso antes. Él debe saber. So bring these legs in. Tú tienes que preguntarlo. Pregúntale ahí. Keep this going a little bit longer. And then we'll get into a little bit more for the face yoga when we cross our legs down.
Look my picture. Look our picture. Our picture.
Ana, no subes ahí el son. ¿Sabes qué? Es muy importante. Bluey va a comenzar pronto. Ana, sube. Ana, no.
That's my picture. That's my picture.
Sí, pero por favor, anda a bañarte antes que comenzar Bluey. Despacio bajando mi vea. Hongos, comelos. Really ready to change positions? Hongo or pasa?
Hongo.
Good. Happy when she eats her mushrooms. I tell her to pretend it's like a chewing gum and she just chews on them. Chicklet is chewing gum. Okay, so we're going to hold the opposite feet, lower it down, and this time we're going to just do some fast sweeps from the center of your forehead. And then the sweeps go to the side. Tienes que bañarte. Tienes que bañarte, mi amor. Keep going to the side until you get to the outside part of your eye and the eyebrow, and then come back into the center with these fast sort of brushing upward motion. And then work your way to the other side. It's optional, of course. You don't have to do it. You can just enjoy this position. Keep going. Oh, and then stop there. We are going to change leg positions. So feet together and bending the legs over to one side. You want to keep your shoulders flat down, but if you want to keep going with the face, you're going to go with me. We're going to now from the chin, just pushing up and sort of from the chin, jawline, upward towards the cheekbones.
Cheekbones.
Aquí haces mejillas. Tienes. Sí, vamos a hacer.
¿Y tú también tienes eso?
Sí.
¿Y a papi?
Sí.
¿Y agua?
Sí.
¿Y mami?
Sí.
¿Y Elisa?
Keep this going a little bit longer, and then we're going to switch to the other side.
¿Y Elisa tiene? ¿Y Elisa tiene?
So let's just
¿Y Elisa
gently.
tiene, mami?
We'll keep going because it's not the minute. But sometimes it's hard to tell on the clock.
Elisa tiene, mami. Elisa tiene.
Todos tienen, de verdad.
¿Y Tiva?
Sí.
¿Y Kate?
Sí.
¿Y Salima?
Sí, todos. So we're going to just take our knees up and over to the other side. Yeah, so keeping the shoulders down. And then this time we're going to just get the palms and from a bit higher than the cheek, so basically to the outside part of your mouth, and just brush up along the cheekbone, but it's sort of the meaty part underneath the bone. So you're following it, tracing it, and then lifting up. ¿Qué haces tú? Tienes que bañarte pronto, mi amor.
Happy. Eso, mami.
Sí.
¿Qué es eso?
Tus mejillas.
No, ¿qué es adentro?
Just checking the
¿Qué
time.
es adentro? ¿Qué es adentro? ¿Qué es adentro?
Okay, so we're going to just come out of that, and what we're going to do is we're going to lie, take one leg forward, and just come on top of that leg.
¿Quién vive aquí? ¿Quién vive aquí?
Esa es en Argentina.
¿Y quién vive aquí?
Bueno, muchas personas viven en Argentina, los argentinos.
¿Y quién vive aquí?
Es de Australia, entonces nosotros.
¿Y quién vive aquí?
Es de Tasmania. Si vas al país verde, al lado de Australia, ese es Nueva Zelanda, donde vive Christine.
¿Aquí es la misma?
No, this is Tasmania.
¿Aquí es la misma?
So if you want, you can just allow yourself to lie down. I don't particularly find that comfortable. So, Tina, son, listen.
No, ¿cómo es la misma?
Yo subo con you. Bye-bye, todos.
Bye.
She's off to have a bath. Yes, so anyway, so what we're going to do now is just along the lips, just to smooth them out. You can use any fingers that feel comfortable, feel right for you, and just smooth it out. She's definitely Mummy's little girl, and Alba's definitely Daddy's little girl. I think Alba would have liked to be Mummy's little girl, but because I had to give my attention to Anna when she was like little, it just turned out that way, which is good, you know. It works out. We're going to just switch to the other leg. So we're going to just come up and just switch legs over and then roll yourself over the other side. So again, your arms can be straight and just relaxing. Like I said, it doesn't really feel good for me being lying straight like that. Now again, we're going to do the forehead. So palms just pushing up. Or you can just move your forehead down, whatever feels best for you. But we're going to just do the centre part, and then if you want more, you take it towards the outside part of the brow, and just lifting up that way. So keep that going. Just take your time here. So that's just 1 minute. And do another. See, I've changed to my fingertips now, pushing up, just because I'm a little bit sick of doing it with my palms. So it's completely up to you. Listen to this. I was chatting to my mum today. We were just talking on her landline, and she said her mobile was ringing, and it came up as the caller ID as scam alert. Isn't that interesting? So she didn't answer it. I don't have a mobile, so I never get any scams. I mean, they tried on the home phone, but that doesn't work because my home phone's often switched off. But yeah, scam alert. Have you guys ever had that? I found that was quite interesting. So we're going to come up, team, and we're going to just take our leg back to meet the other leg. I might just angle myself towards you guys a bit more and come into our cobra. Now, if this feels like it's just too much for your arms, then please come down onto your elbows and pull forward into the Sphinx. You want to sort of come up, let the hips come down, and then just draw the shoulders back. After this, we'll get in just to an arm stretch, and then we'll get into some leg exercises. But this is really lovely for our back. Yes, I was mentioning that my cruise got cancelled this morning. I know that you were there, a couple of you. So, but it's sort of good because they're giving us you can opt to get a full refund, or you can get 125% future cruise credit, which is good. Like you're getting quite a bit back, which is, well, on the next cruise. Tell me what I like cruising. For me, as a parent with 2 young kids, I think it is the best way to travel and see a country. I honestly do, or a few countries. And I used to be a tour guide, so coming from me as a tour guide, I'm telling you, it's a good way to travel. And when I was a tour guide, we never did cruises. Actually, that's a lie. When we were in China, we did the Yangtze River cruise, and in Thailand, we did some like rivers, but not cruises like, cruise liner type of cruises. That's definitely a different style. Listen, team, we're going to just come up and have a seat on your legs and place your hands in the prayer behind your back. And I'm just going to move the screen up because we're going to need to when we get into some of the leg sequence. So take the head over to one side while we're doing this one. Now, why do I love cruising? Because you don't have to pack and unpack every city you get to. You never have to cook. It's entertainment for the kids like all the time, and especially now that Anna will be turning 3 next year. So there's a kids club that the kids can be in. There's gyms, we're in the gym every morning. It's convenient. Head over to the other side. And you get to travel like while you're asleep. It's another good thing. Mind you, I've only done a couple of cruises. It first one was the Mediterranean. So we started off in Spain and we did Italy and France and then back to Spain. Come on up. And then last year was the Japan. Take one foot in line with the knee and lean forward and push the heel down. So that was Japan, South Korea, and obviously finishing in China. Look, having lived in China, you wouldn't want to just, not that I'd ever want to go back anyway now, but it wasn't enough, you know, the China part. Well, you just finish in Shanghai, really, so you could stay on yourself and do a lot more. But definitely Japan part, so a good chunk of Japan. But I'd like to go back to Japan. I think that was a cool country. So you're leaning forward, you've got space underneath your heel, and you're trying to push the heel down. So it's different if you're sitting back. We're not doing that. It's leaning forward and trying to push the heel down in the process. This one I'm going to hold for a good 2 minutes because we do want to work the Achilles. It's an area that can snap easy. So keeping it nice and flexible. I think that's why Serena Williams pulled out of the French Open. I think so. Something to do with her Achilles. Let's keep this going a little bit longer. And then we'll get into a more challenging one for our quadricep muscle. So let's get it set up. So we're going to come up, it's close to 2 minutes anyway. So we're going to take a 90-degree angle at the knee, or you can take the leg outside your body line, or you probably all should. And what we want to do is just push your hip forward for those of you who don't want to hold onto your foot, but then if you can, you're holding onto your foot. And with both hands, if possible, just might turn this way so that you can see me. So you're pulling that foot in, or you can keep the foot down and just push the hips forward. My CPR is about to expire, so I got sent a reminder from Fitness First yesterday. So they're offering courses, which we'll be able to do, I guess, when face-to-face stuff is allowed, but I had to do the online component first. And because I've been an instructor for so many years, 20 plus years, and because you have to do first aid every year, CPR part every year. Like, I know it inside out, so I just went straight to the quiz part, and of course I got 100%, but it wouldn't let me complete it until you do all the readings. So I had to go back, and they're all videos, and so I do this often. I just go and try and skip it, but you got to the end of each video, and it said now you have to wait X amount of minutes, which is the length of each video, before you can move on. So turn it forward and then release that foot, and then we're going to step that leg forward. So I couldn't miss any of it. I couldn't cheat my way out of it this time. Not that it's cheating. I mean, I know the stuff, but yeah, it was interesting. So we're going to stay here, or if you can, if you want, come down. I don't like doing things online. I much prefer it face to face. So that's why I thought, well, I'll just cheat. But there was no cheating to be had. So this is a lovely hip opening stretch here. It's very intense. I know that it's sometimes a little even uncomfortable, but that's why you can always stand back up on your hands if you prefer. Speaking of cruising, I have this friend in LA, and he's like, I couldn't think of anything worse. He couldn't. He can't understand why I like the idea of it. He likes the freedom of, taking more time in each place, which I get. I've been a traveler in many different ways, but me as a person with two young kids, like I said, it's very easy to travel this way. So let me know if you like cruising or if you hate it. It's always good to know people's opinions and why. Let's lift up. And we're going to keep the foot there. Just lift it back so that the heel stays down, but the toes are lifted. And you're just going to cross yourself over and you sort of reach into the outside part of your foot. Don't understand why they would put more fees onto university students. So that's one thing I definitely don't understand. Why the hell we want to emulate these states, which is so friggin' unjust with the healthcare system, with the education system. What is wrong with our politicians? So annoying. No investment in renewables because there's no future in that. No investment into the universities because definitely no future in it. I mean, come on. It's sickening. It's sickening. It's so short-sighted. Don't tax the rich because, there's better ways to do it. Just keep taking money from the poor. It's just such an unjust system. One day. So team, that one we're just going to hold a minute, but we are going to take now this leg out. I might just come over here. Take that leg to the side and just keep taking it out. And if you feel comfortable, you can sit back down. So this is a nice stretch through the inner thigh. And after the leg exercises we did this morning, it's probably a nice release actually. I do worry for my girls' future. I don't know what's going to be in store for them. I mean, first and foremost, our climate needs a big hand, and our governments aren't willing to do it. Even companies are doing it. Our governments just going to have to play a catch-up game. Very short-sighted. This one we're holding 2 minutes, okay? Something's happening up there. Well, I can hear Ramira saying she's crazy. I don't know what's happening. Right, so we're going to come out of that. So just gently bring that leg in. And now the other leg is going to be the one to do the work. So we've got the toes in line with the knees. We're just leaning forward but pushing the heel down. I mean, I remember when I did my university degree many eons ago, it had gone up from when my brother had done his degree. Like his was pretty much free. But me, I remember paying, I think it was only $3,000 a year or something. Was it that much? Or was it a semester? Can't remember. But I remember I used to pay up front so that I'd get like the 25% off. I can't remember. But it was, not so bad. I didn't go away with a HECS debt, thankfully, but I know some people that have a huge debt. Don't know what happened. He's not happy. What has Anna done? There's always something new with her. Let's lean forward a little bit more, push down in that heel a little bit further. But we all want the best for our kids, don't we? We all want them to have an education. We want it to be affordable, I worked at both private and, public high schools. Of course, the private school was fantastic, but the public schools in this area, you can't really complain about. Who knows what's going to happen in the next however many years. It's crazy though, but I was chatting to somebody the other day and he was like, his kid's Alba's age and he's already enrolled her in private schools for high school, competitive out there. And he was saying he did it just recently, but people do it from birth. So, people know what they want in terms of education for their kids. For me personally, as being a teacher in different situations, bring the leg forward and then just outside your body. So pushing forward or hold on to the foot and bring it through. I think the best way to learn is by doing. Of course you want that title at the end, but I remember when I used to work in China for Caulfield Grammar with the China program, the kids that were usually like they're not so, great students back home here would be excelling because they were just like the ones that are a little bit out of the box and a bit more outspoken, whereas when they're over in China doing that China program, those were the ones that you want, they were like loving the stuff because it was all out of your comfort zone sort of stuff that they were doing, approaching strangers in the street, reading maps, taking us from A to B, really amazing life skill stuff. And learning another language while they're at it, Not really complain about that. That China program's definitely on hold for now. I can't remember if we did this one for 2 minutes or 1 minute. Last time, I think it will just 1 minute. So we'll just do this one for one. Remember pushing your hip forward. So we'll lean forward, I think that's the minute. We'll take that foot down and then we're going to take that leg forward more. And so you're going to stay either up on your hands or come down onto your elbows. That's why you think that apprenticeships are so useful too, they're studying and learning while they're doing it. Anna's on her way back down by the sound of it. You can hear pitter-patter. You may have stopped it. No, I'm an advocate for learning while you're doing this because I went and lived in China by myself when I was 15. And, that was the way I learned Chinese the first time. You're pushed out of your limits. You're forced to learn. And back then, there were not many people in China that spoke English, so it was a really huge learning curve, but it made me appreciate doing things rather than just reading about things. I love reading too, of course. But yeah, it's that's important to do. That's when my husband first arrived to Australia. I was like, up to shopping town, go chat to strangers. People were not as friendly as they are when you're in another country. That's how I've learned a few of my languages. That's, you learned it because I was in countries that people are really willing to speak to strangers. It doesn't necessarily happen here in Australia. So he would tell me some of the people that would just be so mean to him. I'm like, you get back up there and you keep on speaking. It's all right. People tell me I should be teaching him. I'm like, no, that's not the way our relationship is. We started with Spanish. We're going to be Spanish speakers in this house. It's more for the benefit of our kids too, It's important. Easy way for them to have two languages, really. So you're feeling this around your glutes and really into the hips. So this one's a couple of minutes, but we're nearly out of it now. So we'll just step up onto the hands if you were down onto your elbows. And then just moving back, but keeping the foot where it is so the heel stays plastered down and just reaching to the opposite side of your foot. So you feel that stretch running down. And actually, that's another thing about the shutdown that I think has been really valuable for the kids. We've been in the garden a lot, showing them planting veggies and fruit, getting out there, real life stuff. I do value in education above a lot of things. Doing things productive is really important too. Definitely not a huge believer in rote learning. To learn a language, you sort of have to do a bit of rote learning. It's just part and parcel of it. Keep it going a little bit longer. water, and then we're going to take this leg out for a couple of minutes. So this leg goes out, and we just slide our way down. We're nearly done, team, so stick with it. It's really good for us. So whatever you've done with your body, I hope you're feeling like it's giving you a nice sort of stretch sensation, and that you feel like you've given your body what it needs. I know the Pilates gives us something different. It's not the same as stretch, and that's why they both complement each other, as well as doing other things like your cardio. You know, nothing can replace cardio, nothing can replace a good stretch, nothing can replace Pilates. You know, we sort of need to incorporate them all into our lifestyle. Thankfully, my knees are nearly like 100% again, which is actually a huge relief for me, because I was thinking it was going to be like surgery, it was that bad, but you know, thankfully it's not. So we're going to just bring the leg in. Have a seat on the legs if it feels comfortable. If it doesn't, you can just be up on your knees. And we're going to take one arm across and just give that a nice stretch through the arm. Just 30 seconds on this one on each side. Keep raising the belly too while we're doing this. We'll come to the other side, please. Oh, I'm just sore. I've been sleeping wrong. I know I mentioned it yesterday as well. I'm like, yeah, I must put my arms in bad positions, because I can wake up feeling quite sore. And the pillow is good, so it's not a pillow. But hey, can't complain. I've got a nice bed to sleep in. There's people that sleep rough. Thank God, we're not one of those people. I won't complain about my sore arms from my bad sleep. So what we're going to do is bring our arms behind, lace your fingers, and just pull down. So you're pulling down, and then you're just going to lift the arms up. Chin can come down into the chest. I didn't do too much by way of face yoga today. Next week I'll endeavour to do a little bit more. But try and do some every day. I'm hopeful it's going to work. I'm doing it every day. I think I'll let myself have Sundays off, but I generally do it in the morning when I'm breastfeeding. It's the easiest time when I remember, because I've got nothing else to do. Let's just get into our deep squat. If you'd rather be in your sumo, you can. So that will be up higher in your sumo and just pushing out. Otherwise, you're down low, your heels are down. You're using your elbows to push your knees out, and you're just keeping your hands in the prayer. Feel this a bit of a stretch sensation down through your back, through the spine, as well as opening out through your hips. So remember, no class tomorrow because the Spanish class is no longer on the Thursday, it's the Tuesday morning. But I will be here on Friday. I won't be doing Saturday this week, okay? But then from Monday, back as normal. So yeah, join me Friday if you can. I'm going to do the class that I did in Spanish the other day on the Friday, because I felt like it was a nice workout. We will be on our hands and knees a little bit. So see how you go if you decide to join Val. But it will be horse stance more than plank, but there will be some planks there. All right, I'm going to bid you guys farewell. So I thank you so much for joining me tonight. And yeah, take your time getting up. You can stay in this position. It's quite a nice chill position. It's actually a position I used to see people sit in China all the time when I first lived there. It's just a comfy position and you don't get a dirty bottom. So anyway, have a good night. See ya.